Hey everybody, here to get this all set up and get started on my live on my iPad so I can see your comments and all that good stuff. All right. Hey everybody. I'm gonna probably be kind of quick tonight because I'm not feeling all that great. But I didn't do it live last week, and then I know not next week, but the week after, I'm not gonna be able to do a live, so I didn't want to go too many days of March without doing a live. Plus, I need to plan next week anyway, so I thought it was a good time to at least get on here and plan a little bit, even if we don't get through a ton. My goal is to get through the next 2 weeks of March, which would be next week, the 10th through the 16th, and then the 17th through the 23rd. So that's kind of my goal tonight. I don't, like I said, I'm not 100% sure that that will happen just because I'm like really not feeling great. But we're gonna try. So I'm gonna kind of get right to it. But as always, feel free to ask questions if there's something you want to see or you want to talk about. Absolutely feel free to. Not right now, but I might be sucking on like a cough drop at some point during the live. So if that bothers you, just let me know and I can stop. But yeah. So next week I am going to a women's pro hockey game. So I thought I would do like a hockey. Hi, Nikki. I thought I would do like a hockey spread for next week, and then the week after is obviously St. Patrick's Day on Monday, so we'll do the St. Patrick's Day spread for that. And then I was kind of vaguely planning out like the rest of the weeks of the month, which is really only one, which I'll probably do like probably a cherry blossom, maybe. And then I get into like my birthday month, and then like my birthday week plus Easter, and I'm gonna be in Florida, so it's gonna be a very beachy, Eastery month of April as usual, and my birthday. So yeah, so actually this isn't what I want this first week. I've been doing a lot of work in my office, cleaning stuff up and getting stuff like actually organized. And let me tell you, it's really nice. I'm still a long way from where I need to be, but I like have a lot of my good pens like right over here to this side that I can access. Like all of my mild liners are now back together, and I've got like all my click arts together, and some of my like jelly type pens are together, and all my Tombos and my Amazon Tombow dupes are together, and I've got like all of some of my brushes all together here, and I'm feeling good about this. So I'm a long way from where I need to be. Like I still have a lot to do, but over the last like week when I haven't been hanging out with my little niecey, I've been working hard on that. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing the last week or so, but I've still got a long way to go on that. But you know, we'll get there eventually. But it's kind of nice when you like see the fruits of your labor pay off. Like I have all of my stencils not completely organized, and I still have to go through, and I know there's stencils that I'm missing, that I need to like organize into a better place, find where they're at, that kind of thing. But I have a new bookshelf that has all of my old planners on it, or not all of them. I still, like I said, I had some of those kind of buried places too. So like it has like the most recent like 3 or 4 of my old planners on it, and then the planners that I'm working on are on another shelf, and all my inks are together, which is gonna lead me again probably not until after April, but like sometime in the summer, like when it's a little slower in the shop and slower in the planner world, I'm gonna do probably a live, like take an entire day and do a live that I like break down every single ink that I have and like the pluses and minuses of that. And I'll do another one with like all the different tools that I have. And yeah, but anyway, like I said, let's get right into it. I am going to be doing like a hockey type one. I think this is sports. Yeah, okay. I'll be doing a hockey layout on this one because I am going to a professional women's hockey game on the Sunday of this week. It's, there's unfortunately not a team in Detroit yet, but I went to they do like a city takeover. Last year they only did 2 cities. They only did Pittsburgh and Detroit last year. And I went to Detroit and it was so much fun. Like, I just literally had so much fun. And I've been like waiting for them to do it again this year. This year they went to a lot more cities. Like, I think they went to like 10 or 15 cities, which is cool, but also like that makes Detroit's not as special, but I'm really excited for it and I can't wait to get back to that. So that will be that weekend, and I'm gonna do like a hockey spread. I can't remember what 2 teams are coming, so I think there's 6 teams in the league right now, and like 2 came. So I think last year was Boston and it was one of the Canadian teams. I think it was Toronto, but I could be completely wrong on that. And then this year, I think it's New York and somebody. But anyway, so I don't really know what colors these teams are. So I think I'm just going to kind of stick with like the league colors, which are like purple and black. So my vision here is to kind of do like, I'm just going to get these down for our boxes. I'm going to kind of spot clean these as I go because I have not been cleaning my stencils before I put them away. It sounds stupid. And honestly it is, but I just haven't had the spoons to do like that cleaning, especially like the lives where I use like 15 different stencils. I just don't have the like, your son's journaling group perform their routine. Nice. So I was actually just in Columbus. They had the NHL had their like outdoor stadium series in Ohio State's football field, which is where I went to school to like college. And I'm a Red Wings fan, so Columbus played Detroit. And they actually had the marching band's out of season, so it wasn't the marching band, but a lot of the marching band members are already in the pep band. And I don't, if your son marches, you might know about like Ohio State's Script Ohio that they do. Their marching band does. Well, they do a version of it. Like, they don't march the entire thing where it like spells it out slowly, but they did a version of that on the ice on Saturday, and it was so cool. I've seen it before. Like, they used to do that when I was in college too, but just being in the shoot was like another level of cool. They also did like, the pep band was there the whole game, and it was a lot of fun. Like, it was the vibe of like Ohio State's hockey games used to be when I used to go to them all the time. So it was a lot of fun, actually. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, live hockey is definitely, it's just a shame because like here in Detroit at least, like, I don't know, the Wings tickets are just like outrageously expensive, and part of it is like the ticketing fees and all that, like where you're like, oh, it's $80 for your ticket, and then you go and it's like $150 because of all the fees and stuff. So it's partially that and my ever-present grudge against Ticketmaster and all of them. But yeah, I love live hockey. I mean, like I said, I grew up in Detroit. The Wings are my team, like, especially in the 90s and the 2000s. Like, I used to love going. And when I was in Columbus, like, the Blue Jackets were a super new team. So they used to give student tickets dirt cheap to people. Like, you could get them for $20 for the lower bowl. Like, anywhere in the lower bowl that wasn't sold, they would give you tickets for $20 with a student ID. Like, it was so great. Like, I used to go to so many Wings games that way. Unfortunately now it's expensive and I hate it. I mean, I don't hate it, but I hate that it's so expensive. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do like I did a couple weeks ago. I did like a hockey spread for the outdoor game, I'm trying to like decide what I want to like elements I want to bring. I really like the skates and I really like the pucks. I like the hockey sticks, but I think what I kind of just want to do is like the skates all in black and maybe some puck action. And then I do want to do this again with like the sticks as the date covers because I think that was so fun. So what I'm thinking of doing is doing like the skates in black and then maybe the pucks in purple, and then I'm thinking like very, very like light gray in the background of the boxes to do the sticks. Just to change it up a little bit. Yeah, the game was super cool. I froze. It was so cold. And of course, like the day before it was like 50 something and so nice. And like I wasn't wearing a jacket anywhere. Cause like we got to Columbus and like went out to dinner and whatever. And like I didn't have to wear a jacket. It was so nice that I was like, oh, I know it's not going to stay this way, but it would be so nice if it did. And then it was so cold. It was awful. Actually, I mean, to be honest, like I wasn't that bad because I was prepared. Like I was dressed right. I had hand warmers. The only thing like I don't know why it never occurred to me to bring a blanket, but that would have been super clutch to sit on because the benches were really cold. And I would have liked a scarf, but my plan had initially been to buy a scarf. And then the merch lines were really long and I was like planning on going back and I never did. And that was my own dumb fault. So, but otherwise, like, my nose was cold, and I would have liked to have something to sit on because my butt got really cold, but otherwise, like, it really wasn't that bad. It was cold. It was like a wind chill of like 17. But yeah, I'm a hockey girly, so like any chance, I don't really go to many Red Wings games, like I said, because the tickets are just so stupidly expensive. Like, it's kind of annoying actually how expensive they are. Especially because, I mean, no, they're kind of in playoff contention, so it's not as bad, but like the couple years where they were just real bad, like why are you charging me $150 to go to a game they're gonna lose for sure? Like, I didn't mind paying that for the stadium game because, first of all, I got, like, better tickets. I got lower bowl, so I wouldn't be sitting up in the cold upper bowl. And then also, it was, like, a unique experience. It was a cool, unique experience. But, like, a regular hockey game, like, I've been to enough of those in my life that I don't want to pay that much. But yeah, I really enjoyed the experience of it. Yeah, I mean, like, I get everything is so much more expensive, but part of me is just like, I don't get it. It was so cool, Katie. Oh my God, like, first of all, like, I don't think I've ever said this. Like, I used to run the hockey student section for Ohio State. Like, so, like, getting people to show up and do cheers and whatever. Like, and when I applied, this was something that, like, I had mentioned to them. Like, the Blue Jackets were super new, and I was like, you guys should really be pairing with the Blue Jackets and getting them involved. And, like, you know, this was, like, when one of the first outdoor games had happened. I was like, you know, this outdoor game, it's something they're going to probably keep doing. And, like, it would be so cool if you guys partnered with them, had it in the shoe, and had it be, like, Michigan, Ohio State at, like, noon, and then Columbus and Detroit at, like, 5, or whatever, you know, whatever the timeline is. So, like, this is something I had been begging for like, 20 years. Like, 20 years. And, like, I loved it. Like, it was so cool. But also, like, I mean, I haven't been back in the shoe since, like, 2009. Like, campus is so crazy different. Like, my boyfriend was like, well, like, let's go to eat somewhere you used to go eat. And I'm like, none of that is here. Like, it's all gone. He's like, well, what building is this? I was like, I don't know. I think this is new. He's like, this doesn't look new. And I was like, I don't remember this at all. Like, and everything was different. It's crazy. But it was so amazing. Like, as cool as I thought it was going to be, it was like 10 times cooler. The only thing that would have been better is if the Wings would have won, obviously. But other than that, It was so cool. Like, our seats were pretty good. The atmosphere was awesome, of course. Like, it was just so much cooler than I imagined. Like, and I don't know if it's like I hadn't been in the shoe in so long. I hadn't, you know, like all that stuff, but oh my God, it was so cool. It was so gold though. So much has changed. Like, it's wild how much has changed. And like, I knew how much had changed, but also like going there, I was like, oh my God, like, what is this school? Like, I don't even know where anything is anymore. Like, thankfully, Lincoln and Morrill, the towers were still like, I know where those are. I lived there. Like, but it was so awesome. Like, I don't know. Like, it was just so cool. It's like it was surreal. I was like, I'm in the shoe again. And then I was like, I'm at an outdoor game. I was like, that's the Red Wings. Like, one of the people I went to college with said it best. It was like, when I posted about it, was like, this is like your literal dream. Your favorite hockey team in the shoe. And I was like, I know, I'm dying right now. Like, it was so cool. Oh my God. My biggest regret is that I like didn't stop and get like merch or anything, but I've ordered a pin online, and I don't know, I might order a beanie at some point. Maybe when they go on clearance, because merch was crazy expensive. I had planned on getting a scarf, but the lines were pretty long. But then when I saw the merch prices, like a sweatshirt was like $125. I'm like, Taylor Swift merch wasn't this expensive, guys. But I did order a pin because they had sold out by the time I went up to a merch stand. And then I ordered, or I grabbed a program too, which I'll probably cut up and put in my junk journal. So, but it was awesome. Like, it was just so nice to be back on campus. I wish it was warmer because it was so cold. It was like a 17-degree wind chill. Oh my gosh, it was so cold. But it was really fun. Like, the flyover was cool. Like I said, I wish I'd have won. That would have been much better. But other than that, like, it was so cool. And I didn't really love the Wings jerseys. I also thought, like, they could have played up, like, I don't know. I just think of that stuff, like, in a marketing term. Like, there's other stuff they could have done. Like, they could have played Michigan and Ohio State. Because Michigan and Ohio State played in college hockey that weekend. Like, they easily could have played them, like, at noon. I don't know. I didn't get to do a lot of the, like, pre-stuff. Like, they had, like, a big tailgate. Honestly, it was just so cold. I didn't want to go and be stuck outside for, like, 12 hours. So I didn't get to do that. I would have liked to do, like, the St. John's pep rally. But we got there, hung out in the shoe a little bit. And then Ubers were so ridiculously expensive after. We hung out, we went to IHOP for like an hour and waited until the prices went down to go back to our hotel. But yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, the women's team, I think the reason they couldn't play was because this was their first round of like NCAAs. So I think that's why they didn't have them play, which makes sense. But I would have thought the men's team, because they were still in the regular season, could have played. OAR did like the St. John's, like a skull, like it was basically like supposed to be like a skull session. So, but I didn't get to that, like I said, because we didn't want to go down too early and then get like stuck standing outside for like hours. I would have loved to see OAR. Like, I was really bummed that they were doing that before the game, because we did Stone 21 Pilots something. I can't remember the name. I know they're like a bigger band, and I know they won a Grammy, but I can't remember the name. They did that one between the first and second intermission, or the first and second period. The first intermission between the first and second period. But OAR did it before, like, as a skull session-y type thing, which was kind of a bummer. Because I would have loved to see them. That would have been so cool. And then between the second and third periods, they did a celebration of all the national championships. So that was cool. I was loving it. And the people around me were like, you have Red Wing stuff on. I was like, yep. And I went here. I was like, living my best life right now. If only they would have won. Yeah, I know or OER are much better too. So I was a little bummed that that wasn't the like main band. But they actually did the puck drop. I can't remember what players, and there was some, I don't know if it was a random coach or who the guy that actually did the puck drop was, but they had the national championship trophy there too, which was cool. So yeah, so at like between the second and third periods, they brought out like the women's hockey team from their championship last year, and then the spirit team and the dance team and obviously not all the football team, because a lot of them were in a lot of the graduating ones were in doing the combine, but yeah, it was cool. I was so excited for that, and like they did Stadium Ohio, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited. And they played Carmen after, and I was like, oh my god. My boyfriend was like, okay, let's go. I was like, no, we can't leave yet. Like, you don't leave. This is our alma mater. So it was cool. The pep band was there, or like the athletic band was there. So that was cool. So they were doing a lot of like the OSU songs. They did Script Ohio on ice, which is always cool to see. They had like a flyover. What else did they do? I don't know. It was just a lot of fun. I've seen Script Ohio on the ice because like they used to do that at hockey, like the OSU hockey games all the time. So that wasn't new, but it was just cool because it was in the shoe. You know what I mean? Like it was really cool. I really enjoyed the game. It was even cooler than I thought it was gonna be. Like I was just like, at one point I was sitting there, I was like, this just doesn't seem like real. It was so cool. Yeah, they do that. They actually do that at, or when I was at school at least, they did it probably about once or twice a year at OSU hockey games too. So I had seen that before, but like I said, it was just cool because it was in the shoe too. Even do a little bit of tracing on these just to give it some black element on this side. Not all of them, but just some of them randomly. But yeah, it was so cool. Like, the only thing it would have been better, obviously, is if the Wings would have won. But, you know, it was still so much fun. Like, I loved it. I loved being back on campus. Definitely makes me want to go to a football game sooner. I got to FaceTime my nephew, who was like, that's where they play football? And I was like, yeah, bud. Like, he's like, well, why are they playing hockey? And I was like, this is like special. So it was really cool. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope they do it again down there soon. I would definitely go back. Like I said, the biggest like bummer was that Ohio State, Columbus won and not Detroit. But it was still so cool. Like, and the good thing is that, like, it wasn't, like, the vehemence of football. Like, in general, people were just kind of like, it's cool. I got him an Ohio State basketball shirt because he's super into basketball right now. So I got him a basketball shirt. He hasn't gotten it yet. But I did get him one of those. So he'll have another piece to his OSU collection. I'm trying to think what else. But yeah, it was super fun. It was really nice to be back in that area. Like I said, I don't think I've been back. I've been to Columbus in like 4 or 5 years. Haven't been back on campus, jeez, especially for like an athletic event, since like 2009. So it was really fun to be there. Really fun to participate in that. Like, such like an iconic event and an iconic location, and I just really enjoyed it. It was definitely worth it. thoroughly enjoyed it. I 100% would go again. Like, if they had it again, I definitely would be signing up for tickets. But yeah. Highly recommend. I think next year's Stadium Series is in, like, Miami, and I'm like, that sounds a lot warmer and more fun. Ohio, or the Wings aren't playing, though, so I don't feel like I don't need to go, even though it would be fun. I'm trying to decide if I want to do, I think I'm going to do just really lightly, a little bit of gray hockey sticks in the background. Like a really light one. So yeah, I definitely, if any of you guys are hockey fans and you get the chance to go to one, I would totally recommend going to one. It was so fun. Especially if, like, your team's in it. Like, there was a lot of people with, like, random jerseys on. Like, we saw a lot of, like, just, like, random teams. And, like, old ones, too, which was kind of cool. I don't even know if you're going to be able to... Oh, yeah, that one's dark. You'll be able to see that one, but most of these sticks are being really light, which is cool. It's kind of what I wanted. But yeah, A+ experience. I didn't know that the Arnold, like the bodybuilding and fitness expo, was in town that same weekend, so we didn't really go downtown Columbus because it's always a mess during that, so... we stuck to, like, off campus and north of campus and west of campus, so kind of a bummer. I did want to go to the bookstore down there, but just means I need to make another trip. Like, I'd been talking up Thurman Cafe, and then I was like, as soon as I found out Arnold was in town, I was like, yeah, we're not going there. Alright, so there is that. Let's get... Like I said, I'm going to kind of fly through layouts a little bit tonight because I'm not feeling 100%. Plus, I also finally... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14... So yeah, so that was the first of our 2 hockey things this month. The second is this one that I'm doing the layout for, which is the women's game in Detroit, which is hopefully also going to be super fun. It was a lot of fun last year, so I have high hopes for it this year too. And then also, I have a little niece. She's super cute. That's why I wasn't around last Tuesday. I had auntie duties. I picked up my oldest nephew from school, and we had hoped baby would be here by the time he was out of school, but unfortunately we didn't get to see her that day because she was fashionably late. Yeah, the women's game's gonna be really fun. It was a ton of fun last year, and I'm hoping that, like, everybody that went last year had so much fun that they come back and it's, like, the same vibe. So we'll see. Hopefully it will be, though. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I was like, there's something else. I definitely want to do the same, like, date cover like I did last time. Yeah, she's a cutie. She took forever to get here, which was a bummer because I took, like, a couple hours off work to pick my nephew up to, like, pick him up and go to the hospital kind of thing. And unfortunately, picked him up and the baby wasn't there. So then I, like, took him to Jimmy John's because he's obsessed with that. And I was like, we'll get you Jimmy John's for, like, dinner or for lunch tomorrow. And then we'll go to dinner. And so we went to Chili's because that's where he wanted to go. And then baby still wasn't here and we had to put him to bed. So we didn't get to see her the first day, which was a bummer because she didn't come until like 10 p.m. and I had to have, JJ had to be in bed by then. So, but she's a cutie pie. It was kind of a bummer to like be gone all weekend too, but for good reason. It was fun. I needed a good fun getaway. So I'm going to use these hockey sticks kind of like date covers. I did this on my last hockey layout too, and I really liked how they looked. So they're just date covers now. Pepper Restaurant. He likes it because he likes the tabletop games, like, and again, it was like his night because, like, you know, I mean, he has 3 siblings now, but I've kind of been with him like in the lead up for all the other 3, so it's kind of like our little tradition. And I was like, you know, you can do whatever you want. We're gonna go wherever you want for dinner. Do whatever you want. And he like wanted to play those like tabletop games at Chili's. And he's like obsessed with the basketball one. He's always like, guess what my new high score is? And I'll call him, like, tell us exactly what score he got. I got 87, Coco. 87 now. Isn't that a lot? And I'm like, yep. Why don't you just eat? We're waiting for baby here. Like, so it was fun though. It was a lot of fun. I had a good time spoiling him as per usual. But a bummer that we didn't get to see her when she... So I basically didn't get to see her until the next day after work, which was a little rough. I wanted to see her. And then after this layout, I'm going to do a St. Patrick's Day one. Okay. Let's get the dates in here. So there is, pretty quick, I'm gonna get that done in like half an hour, hockey layout for when I go to the women's game. And then let's just move on down to the next day, or next week, I guess, which will be St. Patrick's week. So we'll do something St. Patrick's-y. I'm gonna wipe my hands real quick because I'm getting a little inkage on the page. How's everybody else's weeks going? It feels weird. Like, I feel like I was like, I gotta do one of people's lives. I haven't done one in so long. And it was like 2 weeks. But it's still like when you're in like a good groove of doing it like every week and then like it's like one whole week without it. I'm like, what is going on? And of course, like I was out of town, so I couldn't really do it that day or the weekend. All right, so last not last, but next, we're gonna do a St. Patrick's layout. I think we're gonna do kind of a chill, like, it's gonna be a quickie one. Nothing super fancy. Let's erase these dates though. If you guys weren't here in the beginning, I have spent quite a bit of time last week, like when I was working in my office and stuff. Got some new designs coming out soon. I'm hoping next week. I'm hoping to get them done this week. Finalize and get like the listings and all that done. Maybe either this weekend or next week will be Easter, like Easter-y type stuff. And then the time after that is going to be probably like cherry blossoms, and then I'm either doing, I can't even decide if I'm gonna do like Paris or like Japan, like kind of accompanying that, or maybe both, I don't know. But that's like the second to next release, and then we'll have some stuff in April too. So as I've been doing that, I've also been doing a lot of deep cleaning in my office. I've got some stuff rearranged. I still have a lot more stuff that I need to do, but it's kind of nice, like, sitting here, like, I know exactly where this, and this is. Imagine how that happens when your stuff is organized. It's pretty nice. So I think I'm going to do 2 different colors of ink tonight. So we'll do, like, we'll do a couple different colors. We'll do that green. We'll do the Twisted Citron. And we'll do, like, maybe a little more like of an olivey type green. Yeah, I'll do that one. Yeah, maybe not that one. But that's kind of the color profile I want. It's more like a... Yeah, let's do it. Green and like CG. So for this one, I'm gonna do this a little different. I'm gonna just pick some of these. I'm not gonna do all of them. And they're just going to be kind of random. I'm not worrying too much about like lining things up. This is going to be kind of like the background of it, so I'm not worried about making like full impressions. And basically do this in like 3 layers. And I did kind of want like that off color, so I'm going to kind of lift this up and see like anywhere where I feel like I haven't put enough, and just kind of vary the pressure and the darkness of it too. Okay, so that'll be the first round, and then we're going with our nice bright one. It's kind of our second layer, and now I'm going to kind of just try to like offset it a little bit. Some places it'll overlap, but not everywhere. And it's not really like trying to avoid it, but you're also not trying to like purposely overlap it. This just gives us a little bit denser of a pattern. And I actually probably should have started with this lightest one first, but it'll be okay. You can kind of start seeing like a little bit of depth here. And this will definitely come together with our like darker color. And if I feel like I need a third, like a fourth color, that's definitely doable too. And again, I'm just kind of filling in holes anywhere I see them. You'll see like some of the places like where they start to overlap, like it just looks like one's behind the other one. So that kind of gives it more of that like random feel. And then third, and we'll see if I need a fourth layer after this, but this is kind of that like darker color that should kind of bring it more together. And I'm going to be kind of thick and heavy-handed with this one. And then this is just kind of preference. Do I want it really dense? Do I want it like a lot of white space? You can kind of change the pattern with that. So this is just another way to like use a pattern stencil, but the stencil is not going to look the same as it has every single, you know, St. Patrick's Day you've used it. So it's just kind of like a changing up of the pattern, even though you're using that same pattern stencil. It'll give it a different look. And even if you don't use like multiple colors, you definitely can always do this just with like one color and kind of move the pattern around and change it a little bit. Actually, looking at it, I think I am going to do a fourth color because I feel like it just needs a little bit something else. Kind of a darker color, but that's not as, I don't know, I feel like this one's a little more bluey, even though it's the Lucky Clover color, but so I'm going to leave a little more open space than I would have if I was not doing a fourth color. How's everybody else doing? Did we do anything fun for the weekend or have any good plans coming up? I feel like there's a lot of really good books coming out. So like all I've been doing in my free time is reading. Like working at my office, putting on an audiobook and working in my office has been like my go-to hobby recently. Trying to get things clean, get orders done, work on new designs. It's like I wish I could skip out on the big girl job to do more of that because I've been enjoying doing all of that. Ooh. The other thing is if you had like any little like boo-boos or places where you felt like there was like a little too much overlap or something, or like an over inking, I was just covered up with a different color. So that's kind of another fun part to this. Let's do this color. I feel like it's a good green. Ooh, yeah, this is a good middle. Last green color that I've been looking for. And I'm gonna kind of go in and try to get more of the white spaces now, because I am trying for this to look like kind of densely packed. So I'm gonna do a little more of a puzzle here where I get these kind of packed into some of those spaces that I think tomorrow will be the first show. Oh, snow. You guys haven't had snow yet? Oh, snow day. Got it. It's a whiteout condition. Ooh, that would be fun. But also, I'm so done with snow. I hope we're done here. I don't get snow days, which is the crappy thing. If I got snow days, I would want snow all the time. I really need even though I left early to go to Columbus this weekend, I like really need just like a day off work to do nothing. My weekends and stuff are really busy lately. I just need I need some journal time. Especially now that I've got a lot of stuff to catch up on. I have Valentine's Day I haven't done the new baby, the stadium series, Columbus weekend in general. It sucks because you're dry. Ugh. We are extremely wet. I'm so sick of the rain and the snow. Please take don't take all of ours, but take a good bit of ours, because I'm over it. I'm so sick of snow and rain. Take it all. I was just happy it didn't snow or rain when we were in Columbus. I mean, it rained a tiny, tiny little bit Friday night, but not enough that it was like anything. Hey! Yeah, I'm so over it. I'm like done. Please. I'm done with the gray, dreary days. So sick of it. Especially because Friday was so dang nice. And it was like driving most of that. And we get there. And then Saturday was so flipping cold. And it snowed a little bit. Not a lot, but enough that it was like, really? It's not cold enough. You're going to do this to me too. Whatever. It was fun. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. 100%. So fun. I hope they do it again soon. I know it probably won't be like super soon, but it would be amazing if they did, because I would be there in a heartbeat. All right. Let me grab a green something. What color green do I want to do? Let's do a clicker. I've got a lot of my pens here now. It's so nice. What is this organization thing? Oh, we could just rest the... I feel like that's too light. Let's just unscrew it. Organized supplies are wild to me because I'm not organized. So like having stuff, my ink is always pretty organized because that's like the one thing that I'm like, there's a place for it, and I've always made a place for it. But I actually I really should have taken before and after, but I'm so embarrassed by the before that, like, you guys have been like, I'm never organized. I'm never ordering from this lady again. This office is a disaster area. It's still pretty bad. Like, if I took it, a lot of you guys that are, like, super organized would be like, that's after? No. But I'm starting to get, like, got a couple smaller bookshelves that I have, like, specific things on. So I have, like, one bookshelf that's almost all ink, and then it's got my, like, washi stuff on top. Which also needs to be, like, organized within itself, but, like, all the washi is there together. But I still need to go through and, like, organize that. And, like, all of my inking tools are all together, but again, still need to be kind of, like, reorganized. Those are, for the most part, organized, but they need to be kind of, like, reorganized. And then, like, all my ink is organized. Again, still probably needs to be reorganized. And then all my stencils are together, and they're mostly in their own places, but I have to go through and, like, make sure I have one of everything. And then if I don't, find them. And then, like, I have a little bookshelf that has a lot of my old planners and stuff. And then all my, like, pens. Not all my pens. I have so many pens. But, like, all the ones that I wanted to, like, start using again are, like, right here. And on this little cart on the other side that I'm going to figure out how to bring it over this way. 13. We'll go this way. This week right here is going to be super busy, so definitely going to need a lot of room on all of the days. But yeah, it's wild. Like, I have all of my erasers are all, like, right here and in the little drawer, and I'm like, what is this? All of my rulers are right here. All of my scissors and cutting things, and it's very odd for me. But I'm enjoying it. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it'll definitely help, like, my creativity too. Because it's much easier to be like, oh, I'm gonna make this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And like I said, there's still a really long way to go. Like, I have 2 closets full of just junk piled everywhere. And there's still a big part of this room that needs to be cleaned. There's a lot of junk piled on this table that's, like, sits in the middle of my room. So it's not anywhere near, like, done. But even just, like, the little bits that I've done definitely, like, have made me really happy, because it's like, it makes sense. So, all right. Okay, this guy again. Do a little bit of erasing. The other thing I really need to do tonight is I finally got the notification about Facebook's lives not being archived anymore. So I'm going to get that all hopefully downloaded. That's St. Patrick's Day. Let's make a little shamrock right here. It's really annoying that they're doing that, but like I said in that post, if you are somebody that likes to rewatch lives, definitely make sure you're following my YouTube. I'm going to be posting all of the unedited lives there. I've already started, but then I, like, fell off for a while. But I will definitely get back to doing that. It's so annoying. I'm so bummed about it. But the good thing that they are doing is giving you the option of just, like, downloading it all at one. Which might be a little bit... annoying to like go through and parse out stuff, but I have gone through like our group and gotten like through like 2023 individually, and that's like kind of the important stuff, I think. So I actually have not done a YouTube live. I don't know how to do one, so I need to like read up on it, and I'm actually pretty seriously considering just completely switching over to those lives there. I need to test it out. So if I'm free this weekend, I might do that. I'm not 100% sure what my whole weekend's gonna look like, but if I have some time this weekend, that's something I would like to do, just to test it out. Anyway, that's this one. And I'm gonna kind of honestly wrap it up here because I'm not feeling the best, and I would love to just take some pictures and be done for the night. So I'll chill here for a second and talk for a minute, but my intentions are kind of, so first of all, just check out YouTube Live and see if that's just like a better place to do lives at. As long as you guys are all like, okay, that's cool, that's fine. I can always make notifications through this group and like post a link to it. I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'm gonna have to do like a test run. Either way, like I still will post the lives there. Even if I do kind of a mix of both, for people that aren't willing to go over. I've never made any live anywhere. Right, yeah, for sure. I get that. But I definitely am going to look into it. I just haven't used the features there. I'm not like opposed to it. Again, Facebook has always been like, and this is where I started. That's where it is. So, I'll look into it for sure and give it a test out. If nothing else, my plans are to like, and I really didn't do it this time. I should have. If I have to keep doing it this way in Facebook, just to kind of like try to like say what everybody's commenting as I respond to it. Because unfortunately I don't think the comments are going to transfer, which is a bummer, but it is what it is. Not a lot I can do. But yeah. So there's the two layouts we did here. Kind of quick, kind of easy. I did, my last planner day, I was able to do a couple new junk journal spreads. I did this one for my nephew's basketball and did this cute little flippy, although it's kind of coming apart, but I gotta give it a little more glue, I think. Oh, this one's done. This one's done too. I need to refill these guys. I thought I had one up here. I thought I just put one up here. That's empty. That's what we'll do, make it a little smaller. But yeah, so I did this basketball one, and then this is my favorite one. Oh no, I did this a different day. This is gonna be where our national championship one is. I did actually buy, I'll show you guys that in a second. I did do this junk journal spread for my silent book club one I went to, and this like little coffee, and it looks like it's spilling, and I'm obsessed with it. It was at a coffee shop. Let me grab, where are those? I thought I put them in here. I collected a bunch of junk this weekend. Not a bunch. There wasn't a bunch. But I did get like a little Dublin thing and my Jenny's ice cream napkin. Why is this so funny to do? I got a Cane's napkin because I made stop at Cane's on the way down. Can't wait till there's more around here. And this is my Chili's one from when I took JJ. My Jenny's receipt. My hand warmers. But I did get these and I'm so excited for these. They're so dumb, but I'm so excited for them. Little helmet decals. I should actually put one in. They're probably like thicker than they need to be. I could totally just make them, but I was really excited to buy stickers. They're kind of like, they're really thick. These seem like the ones that they actually put on the helmets. Let's put that in one of the other Ohio State spreads. The one thing that was cool that they did do, I mean, I hated when they did it because they did it every time that Columbus scored, but they like laid down like a big like mat that was like another helmet decal of like a little cannon, and I thought that was pretty funny. So I quite enjoyed that, but didn't enjoy them doing it because that meant Columbus scored. But I thought that was really cool that they did that. So yeah, so got my Buckeye Leaf stickers. I should have one on the Rose Bowl one too. Let's do that. Let's do one for each. I probably should give one to Jackson too, but he just might not get one. Oh well. I'll put one right there. Anyway, that was that. And with that, I'm honestly going to get off of here so I can download the live, download all our lives, clean up a little bit, and yeah, go to bed because I'm tired. I'm not feeling great. So, next week, I believe we're good for lives. Yeah, the 11th I'm good. I will be here next week. The 18th I will not be. And that whole week is super busy. Like I have something almost every night from like the 16th to the 22nd. So I won't be live on the 18th. I will try to double up the next week, but I'm not 100% sure. Or I'll double up next week and that way maybe do a YouTube live or something. But yeah. Have a good night, you guys. Sorry this was a quicker one, but got 2 spreads done, which is what we usually do. So I'm going to call it a win that we just worked through it faster. So, all right. Good night, guys. Have a good one.